It is I, Tony Bomboni. You best remember that name, Tony Bomboni, okay? Alright, one of the first OGs that were in the ASMR community. Hey, it's okay to toot your own horn sometimes. Because, I never talk about that, but yeah, like, one of the first. Anyway, before this video begins, tap that subscribe and hit all notifications. It's a red button down below. Honestly, it just helps show support for this YouTube page and allows me to notify me to say, hey, Tony, keep going. We're supporting you. We're rooting for you. Just like you would any other YouTuber that you like. And I have a website that is called TonyBomboni.com. So I just got done with the reading. Book yourself a personal custom reading. And I want to give a shout out to you like that, how I just popped in out of nowhere, Kathleen and Melissa. Thank you, Kathleen and Melissa, for booking a 30-minute or an hour-long session with me on my website. If you book a 30-minute or longer, you will get your first name shouted out in the beginning of a video, so thank you so much. And you guys rock. You guys help support fund this channel, keep the lights on, keep me going, keep producing daily content. And not only one of the first ASMR artists out there, honey, I produce daily content too, so don't miss out. Alright, so today I will be I like tongue popping. I will be reading my old school notes. Sorry if you can smell my breath. I just ate banana, strawberries, and blueberries. You know, what a good way to start your morning. Get your iron in check. And yeah, although fruits do make you hungry, right? They do make you hungry after a while. Anyway, you're probably wondering what's in the background. My new rug. I thought, oh, that's pretty. I want to have it in the background. Although it's very hard to find a shirt that matches, so I think a little contrast is cute. Anyway, so yes, I went to hypnotherapy school in 2019, so this was over 4 years ago. So it was like basically from April through November, a 500 plus hour program. So I became a transpersonal and clinical hypnotherapist. It's a very intense course with a lot of studying, and yeah, I loved it though. I passed with straight A's, flying colors, but it was kind of difficult at times for sure. So I literally had to take a lot of notes, and I took 2 whole entire, there's even more than this, 2 entire journals and a bunch of note cards. Like I have, those yellow manila folders. I have like 6-7 of those folders full of note cards for studying. And yeah, so I remember I had a wooden table here. Actually, it was close to when I first moved in this house. It was a year after I moved in, and then a year after I started that program. And I was right here in this wooden table with my chair, and that was like right when I started doing bookings on my website too. It was like over 4 years ago. And I was studying on the note cards on this very table here. And I remember it was very hot that year. It was the El Nino that year too, 2018, 2019. And it was like so hot in here. Oh my god, I remember that. That was crazy. My family was living here too at the time. I remember talking to guys online. I met so many people that year, like 2019. I'm like, aren't we all still processing 2019? Like, I think collectively we've been through a lot. Okay. So, these are June's notes. So these are the 200s. I'm not sure what happened to the 100s. I think that was in another journal. So like I said, there's even another journal with notes. Oh, no, this is it, sorry. So I'm not going to read everything, obviously, but I thought it would be a nice trigger to read school notes, study notes, you know. So there's like a course called Understanding the Subconscious Mind. And to join this program, you literally had to pay like upfront like $7,500. And I was like, at the time, I just spent all my money moving, like with the down payment, moving fees, yada yada yada. So I had like no money left. So I had to pull out a loan to pay for this school, and then PayPal them the $7,500. So yeah, this is very interesting. The subconscious mind. You know, I'm not gonna read everything, obviously out of respect to this school. But I'm just gonna go over like some small, brief, minor notes, and then like give my own opinion, I guess. It's a memory bank or a computer. It's the seat of our emotions, or where the heart is. So yeah, when someone says the SC, or the subconscious mind, the seat of the imagination as well. It is the dynamo that directs our energy, which again, a lot of this stuff is hard to conceptualize. Like, you won't even get it reading the notes, because there's so many notes in the notes itself. It's such a long program. And yeah, I mean, the guy who made the course, who owns the school, literally like sat there for hours a day just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Like hundreds of hours of footage of him just sitting there talking. So yeah, that's just a few of the things. Like I said, just out of respect, I'm not going to go over everything. But I thought this would be a good trigger, like I said. So just page flipping, reading notes, you know. Let's see what else there is that's interesting. So there's the conscious mind. So we had to learn a lot about the mind, how the mind works. It's full of conscious thoughts, so thoughts that you're aware of. It is a reasoning and analytical, logical mind. So yeah, this is just like the beginner's course. Like, this is just 104, course 104. Like, could you imagine like 500 and like, you know, okay, the 500s were easier because they're talking about like spiritual stuff, but like the 400, the 300, you know, it gets advanced. It really does. So it was a lot just at first, you know. That's why I took a lot of notes. I don't know how I got through the whole program, honestly. But I guess, you know, it's pretty easy because most of it's just note taking, and then we only have like one exam per course. So in the hundreds, at the end, you get an exam. 200s, you get an exam. I don't think there's a quiz or anything. The only hardest part is the final exam, which is where you have to perform a full-blown, I think, regression therapy session with the client. And I would have to go to my friend's house at the time to rehearse. And, you know, you do the best you can. You know it all. You get it on point, and then you still get a 92%. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's quite a challenge. I mean, a lot of people got B's and C's, but, you know. So some of this I don't even remember. I'm like looking at this like I really don't remember taking these notes, honestly. The dual nature of the mind, that's like a vocab word, right? It's like the conscious and subconscious mind are both present simultaneously when in hypnosis. That is true. So there's a left brain and a right brain. So left brain is more verbal, logical, rational, linear, analytical, all about accuracy, like Virgos. Okay, like, let's be real. Virgos are probably mostly left brain. Right brain, the nonverbal people. Intuition, holistic, imagination, creative thinking, reading faces. I would say I'm both. I'm definitely more right brain in tarot, left brain maybe in ASMR, I guess. But sometimes I can be both. Like, it depends what I'm doing. Y'all, you see how hot it is? The air just turned off and it turned on again. Oh. Like, I wake up very early because my dog wakes me up early to go pee pee. So I wake up by 7:50. I should be up, you know. Y'all, it's already 95 this is record break. Like, we have every day a new record. I'm like, oh, the ocean's hot. Like, I just went to the beach. I'm like, oh my god, the water is, you know, when the water's the same temperature as your body, it feels hot. It's like, you ever been in an egg salt bath? Whatever they're called, I don't remember. I used to go to those at the spa all the time. Floating, where you float, and for an hour. That magnesium salt, yeah, that's the same temperature as your body, and when you first step in it, that thing is hot. Yeah, that's how hot the water is. Poor fish. I feel bad for the fish. Anyway, okay. Let's see. I still wish I had access to the website. I think they felt some type of way about me because something bad happened to me at the time after I was done with schooling, and I had some downtime to like heal and stuff. And then I didn't respond to the professor. He was all like, you know, trying to get my attention. I guess other teachers were trying to get my attention. I never replied to the email. I was just like, I'm not talking to anyone until I heal. And then it got to the point where like they really had to reach out and be like, hey, what do you use your certification for? Because they have to know so they can let the higher ups know, I guess. And I'm like, I just finally replied, I don't use it. But ever since then, I couldn't log into my account. They said they promised lifetime login. They never let me log into my account. So I had asked them and emailed them customer support to get my log. Nope, they never gave it to me. So I think they felt some type of way because I didn't respond, but it is what it is. Memory is a mixture of fact, perception, and fantasy. But yeah, people are always like, oh, why didn't you use your education? Why didn't you use your training? I was studying massage therapy. I didn't use it either. You bunch you out there, get your college degrees even. That's way better than what I've been doing. You don't use it either. Who cares? You know, it's all experience. I think the most valuable is personal growth and knowledge. And I know that knowledge is power. So with that said, that's more powerful even itself than using your diploma. Like, you don't have to use it. You know, I know people who've had 10 certifications. Hell, if I find something else that fascinates me, I would love to study it. Honestly, like, I really like how people, you know, do the whole like esthetician, like the face one. Shoot, if I'm bored enough and I have enough money on the side and free time again, I would love to study another and, you know, meet new souls, I guess, make new friends. All right, so maybe even makeup, but like that's a tough industry. And so I was like, oh, I know why people don't come back to your channel, because you don't wear makeup anymore. Well, obviously, but obviously I don't care to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to. I could get views like that easily. I know, that's what I'm known for. I'm the first gay male ASM artist who wore makeup in their videos. Like, you know, that's what I'm known for, like, basically. But I've changed. I don't care for that anymore. The mental law of reverse effect. The greater the conscious effort, the less the subconscious mind responds. I like this quote. Sometimes he gave quotes. Courage is the ability to feel fear, but act anyway. Right. So we're basically learning as if we're being a therapist, because we're not a therapist, we're a hypnotherapist. We're doing therapy with hypnosis. So this was the hard part for me, because I at the time especially, I was very like isolated. I wasn't around people a lot at all, and so I feel very uncomfortable in groups. Like, every time I meet a new group, people are always telling me like, you looked so intense at first, or so like shy, or like awkward or uncomfortable, and then you warmed up to us and you came across better. It's because, y'all, I don't work a 9-to-5 going to places with coworkers. Like, I do not talk to people like that, okay? Like, my DMs are dry, okay? Like, I just stay away, because I've been involved with way too much drama in my life negativity. I'm not saying everyone's a bad person. I'm just saying I don't do that anymore. So I'm not familiar working with people, so that makes me uncomfortable in like a clinical setting, and this is why I didn't end up doing this, because I just don't see how I'm gonna balance YouTube with that. And it's not like, honestly, it's not like Hypno earns that much anyway. Like, you know, the top earner was like, what? I was actually surprised how low it was. But anyway, it wasn't even 6 figures. But you could earn more, obviously, but you can count them with your fingers. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I wanted to do, because I'm not good working with people face to face in person. Like, no. So this made me uncomfortable as hell. Like, the column A, the column B. Okay, you have to figure out their symptoms, their issues, their behaviors, and then go with their feelings, their emotions. I'm like, this makes me feel so, and I'm like, oh my god. Beliefs, their thoughts, makes me feel like I am. I'm like, before I open the fridge, I feel so, like, it still doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, how the hell did I get through this program? Because I'm like, you know, it's so step by step that I feel awkward. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna lead them in the right direction and still talk to them as if it doesn't sound robotic, right? And we practice so many times, you know, in a clinical setting, and doing that back and forth. Never once did I get comfortable with it. Never once did I like it. Did I feel like myself? I felt very too professional. I just can't. And then column B, how would you like to feel, or what is the truth? So yeah, it took me a while to really try to understand. I almost had to pretend my way through, because some of these things, it's like you have to figure out their emotions. Before I turn to a cigarette, I feel so, and then there's anxious, nervous, frustrated, angry, sad. I'm like, oh, there's so much, you know. And then what if they say something else, and then it's like it throws you for a loop, right? And then when I am sad and turn to a cigarette, it is because I feel like I am alone, not good enough, stupid, incapable, vulnerable. So these are like thoughts, not emotions. So yeah, it's just a lot. I'm like, oh, humans are so complex sometimes, right? There's a thing called a lemon exercise that you can test if someone is in hypnosis and they're highly suggestible. So it's like you get them to feel like they can taste a lemon, like they just cut it open, and then like I'm one of those people that are more on the rare side. Like, I can go in hypnosis without you even inducting me. Like, I taste that lemon right now as we speak, because I'm always in hypnosis while doing ASMR. It's called somnambulistic. I'm a somnambulist. Like, if you do a past life regression on me, honey, I will see everything. I will see every detail in detail. Okay, stop thinking of lemons, Tony. Stop thinking of lemons. What else is fascinating? Semantics is the science of the meaning of words. Words must be used carefully by the hypnotist because clients' understanding of a word may be different than the hypnotist, especially while you are in hypnosis. When you are full-blown subconscious mind activated, right brain activated, like theta wave, delta wave activated, like you take everything so literally. So literally. I'm kind of glad my my business continued, flowing and working, and even after all the craziness in 2020, like I was so worried, like, oh my god, what if I have to jump ship and do this hypno thing, or go back to massage or something like that, which I never did either. Yeah, I just like learning things and getting those tools and then bringing them on videos, But there's like different ways to induce induce people in hypnosis. So if they're harder to induce, then they're not somnambulists. You gotta do like a whole process, and that's just a pain in the butt, you know. I mean, God bless these people, they overwork themselves. These hypnotists, I don't know how they do it. Like, you still have to exchange your time for money, you know. So unless you be mixing it with other things like YouTube and other maybe online classes, you know, you can only earn so much. Or like open a school, right? It's a lot. There's so much to it. And then I'm talking with people who've done that practice, and then they tell me like, oh, there's always that client that complains, and then they want a refund of their money, and because you made them upset or something. It's just, oh my Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I guess that's with everything, right? Customer service, retail, blah blah blah, being a doctor, right? Oh, I like this. So there's a lesson on progressive relaxation. So, oh my God, these are all notes. I didn't even read everything within just like the first week or so, or the first month. So parts of the body to relax: feet and toes, then your ankles and your lower legs, your knees and behind the knees, your upper legs, your hips and buttocks, your entire pelvic region relaxed, your belly and lower abdomen, lower, middle, and upper back, chest, rib cage, heart and lungs, shoulders, upper arms and elbows, forearms and wrists, hands and fingers, neck and throat, jaw and the root of the tongue, face and eyes, head and scalp, breathing, and then the mind. I don't know why it says breathing and mind. I'm like, okay. How many times I had to pause and write the notes, like, because it went by fast. Oh my God, it took forever. Nobody took notes like I did. Not a single person in that class. So like we get quizzed. Actually there's a review. We don't get quizzed. There's a review at the end of every like 101, 102, 103, 107, blah blah blah. So when do we use deepening techniques? The answer, all the time. Okay, I'm not gonna be shouting out answers like that in case someone decides to go study that practice, that trade, whatever it's called. Let's see here. So for visualization, like if you do affirmations and suggestions, which I really liked learning about this, affirmations are affirming what's already there. So when people do like positive affirmations, it's actually more positive suggestions, I think, because affirming is like the client. If you just, okay, this is why positive affirmations don't work, especially if you just listen to them. Because you know, oh, that's bullcrap, that's a lie, I don't believe that about myself. But when you get in subconscious and you program your mind, then it more works. But affirmations is what's already there, so your mind knows that that's not already true. You don't already have $1 billion trillion, right? You don't look like you didn't win #1 in that beauty contest, right? Like, you know what I'm saying, realistically. So suggestions are the uncritical acceptance of an idea that may be defined as suggestibility. So it's like, you know damn right that is truth. So it's more positive suggestions, I suppose, than affirmation. So this is where people go. I really don't care. Like, I'm not ever going to be like, use this word, not that. I really don't give a damn. But I'm just saying this is what it is. Okay. So keywords that are positive: clear, focused, successful, connected, calm, confidence, faith, passion, joy, peace, harmonious, free, worthy and deserving, supported, loved, guided, cared for, competent, fully capable, valuable, important, more than good enough, balance, calm. I guess this is all good advice for everyone, and no matter what you do, work smarter, not harder, right? But I don't like that quote at the same time, because not everyone has to, okay? You know, some people like to work hard. Some people, that's where their smartness resides, and they are the most productive in society. Like, you do you. I don't like that. Like, those kind of like quotes that make your eyes roll to the back of your head until you're dizzy. Like, okay, we've all heard it before, work smarter, not harder. But yeah, but good luck applying that to your life, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not always easy. It's not always a circumstance everyone can do, okay? And a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, people who do that, they do they go against their values and self-respect and their beliefs to get there faster, and that often causes more pain than good. So sometimes you have to work harder in order to end up working smarter. Does that make sense? What is that noise? It's okay to relax and to take time for rest, knowing everything is good and exactly as it is meant to be. So it's all good in the hood, right? It's all good. Everything's good just as it's meant to be. Beneficial to take time for myself to meditate, relax, and to get clear your mind. The universe provides and everything improves as I enjoy my time and journey more. I always do my best as a mother, father, brother, sister, whatever, and that is more than good enough. It is healthy to stop and to take care of myself. This is what I've been working on lately, like, you know, instead of jumping into film booking after booking, video after video, online course after online course, which I'm almost done. Oh, today I think I'm going to end up filming day 10, which is the final day of the course. Oh, and then there is the day 11, which is the final points. But anyway, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm excited. And then I have to go back and film days like 5, 6, 7 to do like the screen recording part. That's easy, but I got the hardest part out the way. So guys, yeah, again, expect that online course. I'm gonna start promoting it by October. Okay, I think maybe the latest late October, hopefully. My goal this better come out by Halloween, otherwise, you know, I ran into some issues online. Like, I would have to like ask Wix or something for help. But this is exciting. I didn't add anything new to my website in the last 4 years. Like, besides obviously updating my ASMR albums, which, guys, check it out. I have a new ASMR album called You Signs You Are a Starseed, so go check it out. Alright, sorry I'm rambling. I know it's just kind of like, I don't want to be boring you to death by reading all these notes all the time. So, but this is a long one because this is interesting. I think we can all learn a lot together. You're being so loud outside. I'm sorry if you can hear that. I hope you can't hear that. But anyway, abreactions. To abreact is to release or repress emotion by acting out, as in words, behavior, or the imagination, the situation causing the conflict. Idiomotor activities. Idiomotor is the involuntary capacity of muscles to respond instantaneously to thoughts, feelings, and ideas. Abreaction example: head, nod, shake, arm, finger movements, coughing, clearing throat, sneezing, twitches, nervous laughter, or wincing. Emotion is energy in motion. Idiosensory refer to the capacity of the brain to develop sensory images, which may be kinesthetic, olfactory, visual, auditory, tactile, or gustatory. So we'd even have live classes, so it would be like classes you'd attend every day to like listen. You kind of spread it out when you have time. And then live classes, which you don't have to attend, which I think everyone should have attended those, but anyway, classes, so there's like a 3-part program. And that goes into NLP, which is very advanced stuff. I don't get it. I just, yeah. This is a lot. It goes into how to tell if someone's lying, the way they're looking, if they look up left to the left or the bottom left, if they're looking upright to the right or bottom right. You ever notice when people talk, they always look like this while they talk? So you can tell if someone's lying about something, which direction their eye moves. Upper left, left, or bottom left. Upper right, right, or bottom right. So that's how you figure it out. It's not that hard. And then some people are left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. That just means their mind is beautiful and creative and they're thinking fast. Doesn't necessarily mean they're lying. So with self-esteem, there's the comfort zone, or your inner self-image, how you perceive yourself as, because it's comfortable. The uncomfortable zone, and then the panic zone, right? Like the one thing I don't want them to see about me is that is hilarious. I literally put a sad crying face next to like we were talking about business in the lab class, and it said something about 70 to 90 an hour. And for 2 hours, it's 140 to 180. And for 4 hours, it's 280 to 360. And then I wrote, I'll charge more. Yeah. Anyways. And I do see people charging. They charging 400, 500, 600 for 4 hours. I'm like, you have every damn right to charge more if you feel like you're good. You just need to believe in yourself. Okay, all of this is a bunch of stuff. You see how much writing it is, page after page after page. I remember getting headaches, like just... Sadness is like a dark cloud in that it lingers and blocks out the sun. So this is sort of like Erickson, double bind, whatever that means. Questions for indirect transinduction, or no, that's not, anyway. Anger is like a tornado in that I cannot control it. Fear is like a scared cat in that it crawls up and shakes with terror. It's like a play on words, right? Play on words. A lot of metaphor talk. You know, that's how you help your clients through stuff. And don't get me wrong, I applied a lot of these principles into the work I do, like my readings, my healings. It definitely all helps, and I think I don't remember a lot of this. Because it's already tools I use, right? Like it's just in my subconscious. I like this quote. There's no decisions to be made, only most appropriate things to do. We all want peace. Like, yeah, you don't have to do anything. I think that's a nice reminder. And when you I notice I manifest way faster and way more in my life by just not thinking about it, not manifesting, letting go. Like, I'm actually going to make a whole video about manifestation. During times of prosperity, save money. During times of emergency, promote yourself more, and this definitely works. So if you want to earn, let's say $50,000 a year, that's $1,000 a week. So make sure you know the numbers. Pay yourself first, 10% at least. I'd even go for 20%, honestly. Invest in other income streams, yeah. Debt elimination. Set aside to pay off debt. I agree with that, definitely. So, it even says 30% of extra income. Well, most people can't do that, but okay. Diversified investment portfolio. Diversified income stream portfolio. Increase assets, limit liabilities and expenses. So yeah, this was just one journal alone. So, should I go into the next journal? Maybe I shall. I'm not doing much else today. Although it is hard to read, this lighting is not the brightest. Oh yeah, this is when I met the psychologist in his mansion. I wrote notes that he told me to write. Freedom equals money, yada yada yada. Okay, that looks different for everyone. I have my own biased judgment and opinions about that, because I've been there before. When you're too free, you're bored, you do things you don't want to do. You know, you need a lot of self-control. Maybe I was younger, but for some people, freedom is working. Trust me. So it's, again, you don't have to do anything anyone tells you. You do what makes you happy. Obviously, it hasn't worked for him. I'm just saying. Walk away, be real. So that's like in instances where you need to just walk away and be true to you. Your purpose is to transform, not like. So, I don't know. Again, I don't agree with everything he said that day or that week. What are your core beliefs? I think he was a very manipulative person. So, like, looking back, I'm looking at these notes, I'm like, oh, like, he was kind of shady. Alright, I turned on the white noise machine, but you guys, I'm not trying to be mean to this person, but I talked about him in prior videos. He really was twisted, like, anyway, very emotionally manipulative person that I dated briefly. But this was some good advice. I have to give credit where credit's due. Proactive about my expectations, know what to expect, and put it on the table. So, I guess, draw lines, like boundaries. What's the breaking point? If it gets to someone in a controlling way, then no, that's not something you want to do. Draw the line. And then, be confident in your boundaries. Have happiness with limitations. Again, I don't know. That doesn't sound reasonable to me. Like, he was kind of psychotic, actually. He, like, said, like, he looks at people like this, like, basically, like, this is where you, have your closest circle of friends, and then these are the ones, like, planets, like, orbiting outside of you, and then these are the furthest ones out, and they can always be interchangeable. They can always be in and out and come back, and I'm just like, that's a very clinical way of looking at the world. It made me a little uncomfortable. But I drew it anyway because he was like literally breathing down my neck, like right there. So I was like, okay. Being hurt and being uncomfortable are different things. Hard to wrap your head around, but I guess have set boundaries and know who you are. So yeah, that's difficult to do, is knowing truly who are you. That's still to this day, like, you're still figuring it out. regression is going back in time during trance to remember past events and replaying them in the imagination, often with accompanying emotions. Progress is to move forward to look ahead in time to a probable future. So now we're entering the 3 O's, I think. So there's hurt, fear, anger, and guilt. So when you're hurt, you're sad. When you're afraid of getting hurt again. When you're angry, you're angered that you've been afraid and hurt. And when you're guilty, it comes through. It's like you're punishing yourself for feeling all this unforgiveness, inner critic, parent-child conflict. Suppresses yourself. So when you're in anger mode, you need to feel re-empowered, so you're the victim. So a lot of victim people are angry at what happened. You can resolve sadness through safety and comfort, but fear holds back anger. But once you get to that anger, it oftentimes ends into guilt. But not for everyone. Like, I don't really ever feel that. I never felt guilt. I don't know why. My limit is anger. Like, I can never. No one can ever has ever gotten me to guilt. No. I just vent out the anger and then it releases itself somehow. Now, this is a good one. Antisocial acts is a lack of an inner adult. That makes sense because I never really had that inner adult. I don't know, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Because the guilt is the parent-child conflict. So if you have a lack of adult, I guess that makes sense why, in my life I have had quote-unquote anti-social acts. A fear of spiders is probably rooted in unforgiveness. To be angry at someone is a projection of guilt. Agree to disagree. Never fight with anger. Interesting. Oh, here it is. Gestalt is the physical, biological, psychological, symbolic configuration or pattern of elements so unified as a whole that its properties cannot be derived from a simple summation of its parts. Definitely, I always struggled with that too, note taking. There's always those areas, those regions that you struggle with, that's for sure. was very painful to deal with, and like I think because he did, we barely spoke, and then it's like it's just not like it's non-existent, you know. Like I don't. That's why I don't feel like anyone needs to feel guilty. Like if you did something, okay, you know, it all happens to everyone. You know, we don't need to feel guilt. Like I even the word guilt, I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me. What is guilt? Just like what is love, right? Like it doesn't make sense. So yeah. I think sometimes even therapy almost like forces the person to try to feel something that they genuinely can't, you know? This is where I said I kind of pretended my way through the program in some parts, and it made me just uncomfortable. Because even at the beginning, like I didn't understand. Like I said some things, like I couldn't relate to something someone said, and no one understood what I was trying to say. So I just was like, whatever, let's move on. This is why I could never possibly do this work, because if I can't relate to some feelings, how the hell am I going to help that person through that, you know? It's weird I say that, because again, like if someone comes to me for feeling guilt about something, like for a Reiki healing, right? Somehow it just comes through and I know, but that's because I'm channeling spirit. So if there was a way I could channel spirit, I guess, while doing that work, it would have worked, which is why I wanted to do past life regression therapy. And it did work, but it freaked me out also, because every time, not to go into details, but every time, let's say alleged clients would go in, like I would hypnotize my ex, I would hypnotize my friend, they all saw the year 2025, and that they were either in a coffin, buried underground, 6 feet under, yes, I'm serious, or they were in another world, like a virtual world. So I stopped. I was like, that freaked me out. I was like, what the actual flip? It's weird because I set the intent to do past life. They regressed into a future life. Anyway. So these are the 400s. So there's the first chakra. Oh, I love this. This is like the macro and the microcosm of like the universe, I suppose. There's the etheric plane. Oh wow, there's so much. Okay, so there's like see, this is opposite from what I'm used to. I thought there was always etheric and then astral in this instance and essence. No, I'm sorry, yeah, that's right. There's the physical, then there's the etheric, then there's the lower mental plane, and then there is the astral. That's right, actually, that is correct, yes. The first chakra is security. It's stored in your tailbone, hands, feet. So if you have like issues anywhere there, it's a chakra. It's like erroneous beliefs about yourself. You're unsafe, you're insecure, you don't belong. I think we all struggle with this, and that's why yeah. Not all of us, I mean sorry, second chakra, pleasure, below navel, pelvic girdle, wrists, ankles. Erroneous beliefs. I don't deserve to feel good. Life is pain. I feel dirty, shameful, whatever. Negative emotions, depressed, sad, fear. Third chakra is personal, power, solar plexus, lower back, forearms, lower legs. You're weak, you're powerless, you're helpless, you're out of control, you're stuck, you're trapped. You're angry, frustrated, irritated, annoyed. So they always show like you resolve it with strong, powerful, empowered, confident, self-assured, blah, blah, blah. Fourth chakra, love, heart, middle to upper back, elbows and knees. You're unloved, you're unlovable, love is pain, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fifth chakra, expression, throat, neck, shoulders, sometimes hips. I can't be myself, I can't express myself. Sixth chakra, vision, creativity, eyes, ears, affects everything. No purpose, not important, not creative. Seventh chakra, spirit, crown, affects everything. a body. There is no God, spirit, higher power. Matter is real, spirit is unreal. So yeah, a lot of people operate like that. Nothing wrong with it. Everyone's on a different journey. I was once like this too. But you have to realize we're all connected. So I've been having stomach issues lately. So that would be the second, right? Below navel. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe 6th or 7th chakra, because that affects everything. But I don't see. Don't deserve to feel good. Life is pain. Sex is bad, dirty, shameful. Depressed, sad, fear. So I resolve with giving and receiving pleasure, worthy and deserving of feeling good. Maybe that could be it. Maybe that could be it. Because I dated a narcissist, so like they can make you sick to your stomach, literally. Avoid them like the bubonic plague. Stay away from those people. Natal of relating to or accompanying birth. Prenatal existing or occurring before birth. Antenatal occurring before birth, prenatal. Perinatal occurring during or pertaining to the phase surrounding to the time of birth, from the 20th week of gestation to the 20th day of newborn life. Intrauterine occurring or situated within the uterus. So we're talking about natal regression. In utero, en utero, in the uterus, unborn. And obstetrics, the branch of medicine that deals with the care of women during pregnancy, childbirth, and recuperative period following delivery. Oh Lord. So many like different wordings that sound the same. It can be confusing. You can actually do hypnosis for people going to labor to calm them down, to relax them if they do natural births. Forget what it's called. It's like there's a word for it. Someone in the class wanted to do that at one point. Oh, you guys remember I did eye movement technique, EMT, where I move my hands like this. You know, this is the old stuff that you've been going through. Yet, here's a higher perspective of what you've been going through. And because you've been going through this, here's a higher perspective or another empowered belief. And then I do the infinite loop. You realize and remember, and you can now feel. And then you go backwards. You feel, do, be, whatever you want to be. It's an advanced art. It really is. Like sometimes you can figure out emotions with eye movement therapy and how someone feels, or it's more about making people feel better based on their negative emotion. But there's so much. Oh my god. Now we're getting into the 500s. You could tell how crazy I was going just by my scribbles. Like I was going crazy I was like, I want to be done with this course. Like, anyway. So there is the hypnoidal, then the light hypnosis, medium hypnosis, somnambulism, deep hypnosis, and then the estale state. Oh, I guess even somnambulous. Oh no, deep hypnosis is somnambulism. And then the estale state, which I guess is the deepest you can go possible. I don't know if I ever got that deep, to be honest. So truth and illusion. Truth is dharma, love, forever free. Illusion looks like karma, ego, which is the false self, and pain. Truth looks like harmony, bliss, joy. Illusion looks like death, guilt, changing. Truth looks like pure, unchanging consciousness. Illusion looks like separation, perception, and limited. So I could go on and on about that. Use discernment. So even the Buddhist teachings, I guess, teaches a lot of this stuff. If it changes, it cannot be truth. And the instructor did live in the temples in the mountains, in the Buddhist villages for years. So he picked up a lot from that and integrated it into this course. Truth is unchanging. It just is. If it is observable. It is not the real you, which is why we cannot see ourselves without a mirror. And even the mirror is not your true self. It's a reflection, and it's distorted. The real you is how you perceive you, in a sense, but also a combination of how others perceive you and how higher up sees you. You can't heal what you can't feel. Amen to that. You can't heal what you can't feel. So, how the hell am I going to heal guilt if I cannot feel it? Samadhi, oneness, consciousness becomes one with the object of consciousness. Savitark Samadhi, using the mind to focus on the object of consciousness. This is advanced. There's so many, like I'm just briefly reading over stuff.